welcome to Olathe South High School, home of the Falcons. Tonight's Ivy High School Game of the Week, Girls Sunflower Conference Basketball, as Olathe West takes on Olathe South here on senior night for the Falcons. Hi everybody, Kevin Wyke along with Dion Clisso as our sideline reporter. This is Michael Watson in Kansas, and we got a great matchup here. Olathe West having the dream season, undefeated in conference, taking on Olathe South on their senior night. That's a tough matchup.
It always is, especially when these two teams meet up. And the way they're playing this season, right now is going to be a big game tonight for both teams.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile, and this girl electrifies the offense for the Owls. That's Kenzie Hart.
Yeah, don't let the redhead fool you. She plays with a lot of fire, averaging 10 points, 5 assists, 4 steals. She is the engine for this Olathe West team.
And on senior night for Olathe South, this senior's headed to Missouri State. That's Danny Winslow.
Yeah, inside-out player, averaging 11 points, 9 rebounds for the year. She is a critical part to the success for Olathe South.
Olathe South and Olathe West city rivalry game in Girls Sunflower Conference action. Back with the lineups and tip-off right after this. As you take a look at the photo displays of all the seniors on senior night here at Olathe South High School. Time now for the starting lineups for this Girls Sunflower Conference matchup. And on senior night for Olathe South, they're going to start 5 seniors. As you take a look at Allison Krieger getting the start, she's headed to the Marines this summer. Sophie Reed's going to Simpson College. Avery Halliday is headed to Nebraska Wesleyan in Lincoln. Mandy Truitt going to Pitt State. And Danny Winslow going to Springfield at Missouri State. And their head coach just got in the Hall of Fame here at Olathe South. And he just became a new grandpa. That's Mike Allen in his 4th year. A record of 66 and 24. He's won 73% of his games. And for the visitors from Olathe West, this team 14 and 3, 9 and 0. That's the big number, folks. Undefeated in the Sunflower Conference. Kenzie Hart's their playmaker. Moore is their top defender. Anderson, good player in the post. Newman also in the post. Bailey Collar, though, is their leading scorer, scoring 15 points per game. And their new head coach is a veteran, Rick Rhodes. In his first year, 24th year as a head coach. He's been a head coach at Scion, Blue Valley, Shawnee Mission East, and most recently at Blue Valley Southwest, where he took them to back-to-back state finals. And let's check in with our sideline reporter. Here's Dion Clisso.
Well, guys, this is an exciting night. You see a 9-0 Olathe West team, and 3rd year of that program. And a lot of times that's when things get going for a new school. When you start a lot of young players, those first couple years, it can be rough. But then when that 3rd year kicks in, Olathe West is showing that right now.
Thanks, Dion. Your officials, Steve Moritz, Alex Moyer, and Gary Cordes. Olathe South in the home whites. In the road blues will be Olathe West. Olathe South, with their 5 seniors on senior night, will run the first set against a man-to-man defense.
Always one of the coolest things, the opportunity to play and start on senior night. That initial turnover on that first play.
Quickly up the court, reverse layup is good. As that is Michelle Anderson on the assist by Kenzie Hart.
Well, good job by Anderson using the backboard to her advantage with the nice up and under reverse layup.
South will have the size advantage with the 6'1" Winslow. She drives and draws the foul. Foul on Kenzie Hart, her first. 2 free throws now for Danny Winslow. Danny, all Sunflower, or check that, Sophie Reed, I beg your pardon. Sophie Reed, 5'10" senior, missing the first. Headed to Simpson College in Indianola, Iowa. And South does struggle from the free throw stripe, and they miss a pair. Here's Michelle Anderson really feeling it early.
Nice Euro step, though. Just able to knock that one down. Here's South on the break.
Danny Winslow dribbling at the right wing. Driving, handing off
Nice
inside to
dump
Truitt, and she puts it up and in.
Man, what a pass down low. Good job. And nice job of gathering herself for the layup. Both teams playing primarily man-to-man defense.
Here's Kenzie Hart with a tough off-the-glass shot.
Hart got that sauce right there.
Sophie Reed, quick answer for South in the paint area.
Quick answer, both teams want to play fast. Oh man, oh my goodness.
Everything but the finish that time by Kenzie as she had a wicked crossover. And South nearly threw it away. They'll keep it in the backcourt. Hart plays up-tempo basketball, leads the team in assists and steals, and she's, like Michael said, the engine of this offense. And under their new head coach, they're still learning Rick Rhodes' system. They like to play fast. Skip pass to Winslow. Can shoot the three. This is Sophie Reed from the outside, spinning out. Rebound fought for, and there's Kenzie Hart out of the fray with it. And she's fouled by Sophie Reed in the open floor.
I just love the passion that Hart plays with already. The first 2 minutes of this game, she is so fiery, such a competitor. Number 2 for Olathe West.
And Krieger will check out, and checking in the lineup will be Avery Halliday, who was the big star Tuesday night as they won at Shawnee Mission West. She hit a bunch of clutch free throws, 6 for 6 from the foul stripe to seal a low-scoring 39-35 victory for South over Shawnee Mission West. That was a big game as far as the conference goes. This is Bailey Collar on the curl, can't get the shot down. Winslow, long feed ahead to Sophie Reed, can't hit it. And foul in the backcourt on South. It'll be on Mandy Truitt as she bumped Alyssa Moore. Reagan Ponzer in for Sophie Reed. Take a look at Rick Rhodes, the new coach of Olathe West in his first year. Christine Williams, their previous coach, went back down to Texas. And they get a veteran like Rick Rhodes to run their program. That's quite an accomplishment for the Owls, as Kenzie Hart had the shot blocked back on her and she stepped on the baseline. But you like how Kenzie attacks the rim, though, Michael.
She really does. She has all the handles in the world. Can get to the rim easily, but South doing a good job of breaking that press.
Winslow for three, overshot it. Long rebound taken by Halliday, and they'll reset the offense. You got two Halliday sisters out there. You got Reagan, who's handling the ball now. She's the sophomore. And Avery, the older sister, the senior. She's headed to Nebraska Wesleyan to play college basketball. High-low pass to Winslow. Foul from behind by Michelle Anderson.
And Winslow got the height advantage down low for South. And you see Coach trying to feed the ball inside to her. See if they looked at it for the out-of-bounds play.
Reagan Halliday, the runner. No, Truitt, the stick back. Mandy Truitt.
Well, good job by Truitt on that opposite side of the goal, able to get that offensive rebound and put it back.
Long three by Collar is good. Bailey Collar.
Well, Collar is the leading scorer for this Olathe West team. Between her and Hart, those two really get it going. Nice outside shot from Collar.
There's Danny Winslow with a scoop on the left side. And now the turnover by the Owls. Reagan Ponzer heading out to Halliday. South does not want to play as fast as Olathe West, but I think they can adjust and can play that way. Here's Ponzer, a good three-point shooter. Off the mark, Collar the rebound for West.
You got to play fast. You got to be under control. As West sets up their offense hard out top.
Kenzie looking at the clock and the score. Her team down by a point. She'll pull up on the jumper. And Truitt chases the rebound down for Olathe South. Just over 3 to play in your first quarter. Girls Sunflower Conference action. As you've got Olathe South with an 8-2 mark. There's a couple of teams with 2 losses floating right behind Olathe
Nice
West.
steal.
As there's the steal by Kenzie Hart. And she scoops it up and in.
Man, what a job by Hart. Coming down, slowing down, and then using her body to shield off the bigger defender with a nice right-hand scoop shot.
And she puts the Owls back on top of the Falcons by a point. Kenzie Hart led the Sunflower last year in assists and steals. But this team only got 6 wins. What a turnaround this year is. Truitt with the bucket and the foul. As she's pushed in the back by Newman, the sophomore. And she'll have a chance at the 3-point play.
Well, take a look at it right here. Nice backdoor cut. Initially, the steal by Harden. Watch her slow down and then jump into the defender, able to finish the shot.
First foul on Newman is Mandy Truitt. Averages 7 points and 5 rebounds. Going to Pittsburgh State, not to play basketball, but study elementary education. He'll be a Gorilla this fall. Macy Glover on the floor, as is Naya Udi. So this is a different lineup for Olathe West. Also out there is Maddie McGavran, who's a 6-foot senior, very experienced player, a young girl that has fought through a lot of injuries.
Nice hit.
3 by McGavran, no, and rebound taken by South and Sophie Reed. 2-point lead in the basketball. Here's Halliday out to Winslow, little ball fake, fire from 17 off the mark. And a nice offensive rebound by Ponzer as the Falcons cannot save it. It'll be over and back. And give it back to the Owls of Olathe West. Number 4 in the latest Kansas Basketball Coaches Association poll. Had 3 losses. St. Thomas Aquinas, Liberal, and Blue Valley Southwest. And that Blue Valley Southwest loss stings for Coach Rhodes. That's his former team. These girls got all fired up to beat their old coach. And the Owls throw it away on their offensive end. And here comes Tion Duncan on the floor. And Mandy Truitt will check out of Coach Allen's lineup. Coach Allen going in the Hall of Fame, won 2 state championships in girls softball in 15 and 16. He's since retired as girls softball coach. Here's Duncan powering away on the inside.
Nice.
And scores easily.
Oh, man, good job by Duncan, who just checked in the game, understanding her size and her size advantage getting to the hole.
Here's Collar with a runner. Bailey Collar.
With the left. And Bailey can fill it up. We saw her earlier with that outside 3-point shot, that time taking it to the rim for the hoop.
She has the school record, 31 points in a game earlier this year against Schlegel in the Lawrence Free State tournament. So Bailey can flat score the basketball. Pumping it inside to Duncan, and she's owning the paint area right now. Tion Duncan, the junior forward for South. Back-to-back hoops. And now the turnover. Here's Sophie Reed in the open floor trying to get a handle on the ball. We'll slow it up and set up the offense.
And they're looking for Duncan. She wants the ball again.
Well, we mentioned the size advantage favoring Olathe South. And Coach Rhodes was worried about that. With Duncan and Winslow, both 6'1" players. Here's the 3 by Ponzer. No, Duncan had the rebound, and it knocked out of her hands. It'll stay with Olathe South.
Well, Duncan just checks into the game and goes right to work down low. Right here, 2 dribble, going right up strong with the finish. And then the next time down, the post up, going right over the top of the West defender. Quick 4 points for Duncan.
Winslow trying to beat the first quarter buzzer, cannot. And at the end of 1, Olathe South leading Olathe West 15-11 in girls Sunflower Conference action as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports.
Welcome back to Game of the Week. We're here at Olathe South, and a great first quarter for Olathe South. They did a good job of getting the ball inside and rebounding a lot, offensively and defensively, and I think that's the difference. They've had a lot of great second chance points, and it's going to be a good one the rest of the way.
Thanks, Dion. The Olathe South Pep Band entertaining the home crowd on senior night for 2020 at Olathe South High School. Ready for the start of the second quarter. Olathe West in blue, undefeated in conference play. A win tonight will at least clinch them, at worst, a tie for the Sunflower Crown, and this is the third year of this varsity program for girls basketball. Collar spinning off. Sophie Reed the rebound.
Well, South's doing a good job of not allowing West to get any second chance opportunities, keeping them off that glass.
Lineups for the start of the second quarter. The only change from the starters would be Tion Duncan, who's come off the bench and really played well for Olathe South. They're trying to take advantage of that size mismatch. Here's Tion on the inside, had it blocked. Good defense by the Owls.
Great defense. Thought it was going to be a good move, but oh, come on, Hart. Come on. She's heartless out there right now with the Euro step and the bucket.
Kenzie Hart, 6 first half points, averages 10. It's a fun player to watch. Danny Winslow out front. Drive and kick. Halliday's 3. Not there. And here comes Hart. Always playing with her hair on fire out there. She likes the up-tempo game. Moore out front to Anderson. And now the steal by Sophie Reed. Gonna go one-on-one with Hart. Can't hit the layup. Tipped out. This is Reagan Ponzer. She pumps it right back inside to Winslow, who scores for Olathe South.
Well, it's a good job by Hart getting back on defense initially, trying to tip it out to her teammate, but wasn't ready. Hart is such a heady player, very smart, but what a cut and pass. My goodness.
Anderson the assist. Bailey Collar with the deuce. Timeout. And it's going to be for Olathe South here.
Well, you can see why Olathe West is undefeated. Take a look at this passing right here, top to bottom to a cutting Collar for the nice finish. Momentum has been in favor of Olathe South in that first quarter, but West hanging in there, especially with a bigger Olathe South team.
On the huddle of Mike Allen. This team 12-6, 8-2. On their senior night with 5 seniors trying to stop the dream run of Olathe West, a 6-win team last year that's now 14-3, highly ranked in the state. A team that just blew out Gardner Edgerton Tuesday night, 80-43. After the timeout, here come the Falcons. Halliday the drive, got it blocked by Anderson. Nice defense. Long feet ahead to Bailey Collar, had it knocked out of her hands by Halliday, and it'll stay with Olathe West at the offensive baseline. That was Avery Halliday. There's 2 Halliday sisters out there. Inbounds play to Newman, and she scores easily. Alex Newman.
What a good job. Good heads-up play by Newman. Just going to the open spot on the floor for the easy bucket.
Alexis, a sophomore. Top rebounder at 6 rebounds per game. Here's Winslow, fade and fire. Way off the mark. Rebound on the floor, collected by Udi. She's headed to Johnson County Community College. Her feed up the floor to Anderson, who's bumped in the act of shooting by Truitt, and will shoot 2 free throws. Let's go back to the inbounds play here, Michael. You loved how this worked out.
I did. West getting it done out of bounds. You don't see it, but a nice fake to the outside and then right back to the middle for the easy bucket. Love how Olathe West is playing with Hart at that point guard position. She's pushing the tempo. Head is always up. And we should know that she played a couple of years for one of the premier programs in the city. KC Dream was coached by former Schlegel star Joe Webb. He played for him for a couple of years, and you can see that influence right there. She is such a good player.
And this is Halliday with the long two-pointer. Udi comes out with the rebound. Her older sister played on the team last year. Now playing in college. Here's Kenzie Hart. Left wing three, back irons. And back comes Olathe South in the home whites on senior night. Reed.
Good D.
Tried to draw the foul, nothing going there. Halliday's three, pinballs in and out. And they're going to give her another shot. This one from the elbow, no. And South getting all the rebounds right now. Here's Sophie Reed. Had it knocked free, and they'll whistle the foul on Olathe West. And I think it's the second one on Hart, the way she's reacting. No? Kenzie gets a reprieve. It's not on her.
Let's take a look at it down low. Hart gets back up. Good drive initially. And Hart got all ball, but they didn't call it on her.
They called it on
Newman, 23.
Yes. Second one on Alexis Newman. And she'll check out as they'll put in McGavran in their post area as Newman will check out with those two fouls, and Sophie Reed will shoot free throws here. Good ball game here. Girls Sunflower Conference action. Got an illegal screen on Olathe West on McGavran. Be her first foul. So after the free throws by Reed, South 2-point lead in the basketball. They blew out Olathe West last year, 64-36. And Halliday's three, not there. Rebounded by Udi. Naya in the open floor to Moore. Set it up to the top to Anderson for a three. Rebound on the floor. Nice 50-50 ball taken by Moore, and Olathe West will get another shot at the rim.
Well, long shots, long rebounds. Olathe West doing a good job of tracking that one down.
Here's Udi for three. McGavran, the tip up, no good. And South has it back. Sophie Reed cut off. Got to credit the Owls defense. Done a good job of limiting Olathe South. South having a hard time getting the three-point shots going. Ball is tied up. And the arrow will stay with Olathe South.
Well, Olathe South came out in that first quarter and trying to run with Olathe West, surprisingly, and doing a good job at it as well. Also doing a great job of getting back into defensive transition, not allowing West to run the way they want to.
Junior Emma Knappenberger will check in the ball game. So another tall player as South goes inside. Tion Duncan, and she's fouled. Tion's given them problems on the inside. This is a non-shooting foul. Ball at the baseline for Olathe South. Olathe South went 16-5 last year, but lost in sub-state to Shawnee Mission Northwest. And it was a big loss for them as they've gone to the state tournament 14 straight years as Halliday hits the jumper. That's Avery, the senior. It's the second longest record for going to the state tournament. Of course, St. Thomas Aquinas girls have that current record, and Coach Hetzel still in play at 25 straight trips to the state tournament for the Lady Saints. Here's Duncan, way off the mark. Olathe South trying to go back to the state tournament, start a new streak. Inside, Duncan spinning, can't hit, and a foul on Knappenberger. She was over the back. I think we got the same hairstyle tonight.
Yeah, it's a few of them out there, but good move initially inside by Duncan. Just coming up short, then that over the back right there. That's a good call by the officials.
That is her first, team's fourth. Nobody over the limit. Here's Kenzie Hart out front, finding Collar. Collar square up for a three, and it hits the wires above the fiberglass backboard. It's out of play and back to Olathe South. And the coaches running players in and out. Feel like I'm at a CYO game here. Here's Danny Winslow.
That's an offensive foul. It'll go on Duncan.
Yeah. And it's going to be on Duncan. I think she was trying to set a screen for Danny Winslow on her drive. And there's a moving screen. Sent McGavran to the ground.
Yeah, you see her right there coming in on the bottom of the screen. Just kind of give her a little hip check. And she moved her out of the way. The official was right there to make the call.
That's the first on Tion. Under 2 to play before Hy-Vee at the half. Numbers and highlights brought to you by your employee-owned Hy-Vee stores. Nice defense there by Knappenberger. Just got a piece of that, deflected it out. It'll stay with Olathe West. Collar out to Udi, skipped it to Kenzie Hart, working the baseline and stepped out at the baseline. Turnover, Olathe West.
Well, good job closing out on Hart, who can knock it down from outside and sending her baseline, which is your 6th defender, on the floor, and Hart just steps out of bounds as we have a timeout on the floor.
Olathe West takes the timeout, down by 4 points.
Olathe South, home of the McFalls.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Speaking of John McFall, he was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame at Olathe South, won 2 state titles.
The ball, that's a balling family.
It's John McFall, and of course Mike Allen went in. Just over a minute to go before Hy-Vee at the half. Girls Sunflower Conference action, the undefeated Olathe West Owls, 9-0 in conference play, trying to hold off a perennial powerhouse in this league, as the shot is not going to count, and it hit the cable above the basket, but there is a foul on Olathe West.
The cable is inbounds.
Well, the basket was not put on the board, and now Tion, the junior forward for Olathe South, will shoot free throws. She's had a good first half. She averages 3 points and 3 rebounds.
Tion Duncan, another player who played with Coach Webb, Joe Webb, and KC Dream. So a lot of good players out here on the floor. A lot of good programs, and KC Dream is one of them.
The Owls have kind of gotten quiet offensively.
And that's credit to Olathe South, their defense. They're really packing it in and daring West to shoot from outside. And so far, so good.
Both these teams are good defensively. South only gives up 37 points per game, so they're keeping Olathe West under that average. Ball tip free on the deck. Moore keeps it alive for Olathe West. Clock winding down, under a minute in your second quarter. Kenzie Hart holding for the final shot of the second quarter. High screen for Kenzie. Puts it over Duncan and scores. Man. Kenzie Hart. Still time for Olathe South. Sophie Reed from just inside half court got rim, but no bucket. And we've reached halftime in girls Sunflower Conference action. A good one between Olathe West and Coach Rhodes, as his team trails by 2 at halftime, as we check in with Dion.
I'm down here with Coach Mike Allen from Olathe South, and really did a great job on rebounding and half-court offense. What do you guys need to do a little bit better in the second half to kind of keep this? This is a tight one.
Yeah, play better defense. Our transition defense was terrible. We give up, we're not following the scouting report right now. We have too many of their better kids shooting it. It's a great basketball team we're playing. They're well coached. We got to be better at transition.
Effort-wise, rebounding's been great in the first half.
Yeah, it's been okay, but we got to be better.
All right, good luck.
Thanks, Coach. And Dion and Kenzie Hart with a big bucket here to end the second quarter, as it's a 2-point lead for Olathe South. Coming back with Hy-Vee at the half right after this. Welcome to Hy-Vee at the half. Good one at Olathe South, between Olathe South and Olathe West in girls Sunflower Conference basketball. Time now to bring you the Hy-Vee first half highlights.
Well, Olathe South started off early, going inside. Good pass from Winslow down low for the bucket. And right into the game, Tyon Duncan came in and just asserted herself with 2 quick buckets down low. But then my girl Hart with the Euro and the bucket, and a great pass right here to Collar, as West stayed close with a good Olathe South team who is really giving a dose of their own medicine, getting up and down the floor. But Hart getting it done and keeping her team close here at Olathe South.
First half numbers for you. Olathe South not shooting the ball that well, but doing a good job of rebounding.
Yeah, for sure. You get an opportunity to get more shots at the basket when you have 20 rebounds to just 11 for Olathe West. And then look at that, 0. No turnovers off those points. Off of those turnovers. And 18 points in the paint for Olathe South.
Third quarter just around the corner from Olathe on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Third quarter underway. Olathe West in blue will have the basketball. And their starting lineup of Moore, Hart, Collar, Anderson, and Newman. They played inside, intercepted by Olathe South.
Yeah, not a good look by Newman, trying to hit a cutting Hart, but good defense by Olathe South.
Falcons on senior night in their home whites. The Holiday sisters, Reed, Truitt, and Winslow. 5 on the floor, 5 seniors being honored tonight, as the Falcons start with a turnover as they try to feed Mandy Truitt in the post. And the pass was wide. As we check in now with Dion.
I talked with Coach Rhodes, and he said that even though their transition slowed down a little bit there in the second quarter, they still want to keep pushing it, because that's one of those things they just keep working and try and tire them out. Rebounding, he said, we got to keep 5 inside on defense and hope they don't make those outside shots. So he thinks it's going to be a tight one the rest of the way.
Tough defense by Danny Winslow, but then she commits the foul. It'll be the first on Danny Winslow, who's a state medalist in track, high jumper, and headed to Missouri State. Plans to study sports management, I believe, is what she's going to major in down there in Springfield. And a long 3 is down by Bailey Collar.
And just like that, back on top by 1. Collar can really light it up. That time, no hesitation in knocking that down.
That is her second 3 of the night. She is the game's top scorer now with 10 points, came in averaging 15 per game. Falcons looking to pump it inside to Truitt. They go outside to Winslow. Her shot rattles in. 2-pointer. Six points now for Danny Winslow. As the Falcons lead by 1.
Both teams stand primarily in a man-to-man defense, so it's not a lot of changing up. It's all about, oh, come on. Oh.
And a rebounding foul whistled on Newman of Olathe West. As they were trying to...
Hart just has that it factor. I mean, take a look right here. Think you have her beat. Nuh-uh. Excuse me. Just short arms it just a little bit. Frustrated with herself on that one because she had a wide open look.
Newman with 3 fouls stays in the game as Winslow drives and scores.
Well, no help at the rim, and Winslow doing a good job changing direction and finishing with the left.
Here's Bailey Collar, overshot it from the baseline. Offensive rebound by Newman. And they'll reset their offense. Kenzie Hart at the wing. Sophie Reed has the tough assignment of covering her. Newman going to put it on the floor. Reach-in foul on Mandy Truitt of Olathe South.
Well, West is looking to turn the corner a little. High action out top and then looking to turn that corner to get to the rim as Duncan will check back in for Olathe South.
3 fouls on Mandy Truitt as she sits down for Tion Duncan. Also McGavran checking in for a player with 3 fouls on Olathe West. That's Newman. So both teams changing their post players. As the 3 is in. Nice one by Maddie McGavran. Quite a story, a hard-working player who's fought knee injuries throughout her career and just keeps coming back, helping the Owls out. It ties the ball game now at 25. Go under 5 to play in your third quarter. Olathe West winning tonight would at least clinch a tie.
Nice.
For the conference crown, as this is Avery Halliday with a 3.
Nice job by Halliday coming off the down double screen. Top of the key, able to knock that one in to give South a 3-point lead.
That's the first 3 of the night made by Olathe South. Avery, one of the seniors honored tonight, going to Nebraska Wesleyan.
Oh, what a move. A move and a score. Good crossover out top.
That was Michelle Anderson with the deuce. As here's Duncan with the power move. Winslow the offensive rebound and put back. Back and forth we go. Here's Hart with that wicked crossover, and she draws the foul. And Kenzie Hart will shoot free throws.
Well, great job last time down the floor. Duncan with the initial spin move, but watch this offensive rebound by Winslow and the putback for the bucket. Great job by Winslow keeping that ball alive on the offensive end.
Kenzie was all tournament at Hayes, where the Owls got second. There's another free throw after the second foul was whistled on Sophie Reed. She's a very fiery, aggressive player, one of the best passers in the Sunflower League. Also, one of the top steals players in the Sunflower. It's 1-point lead in the basketball for Olathe South, a 2-loss team in the Sunflower League. Of course, Olathe East has won 3 straight conference titles, but Olathe South's always there as Winslow can't hit, got the rebound while she was on the floor. Timeout Mike Allen in Olathe South, and the Falcons will keep the possession, Michael.
Well, good job by South getting on the floors. No call was made. A lot of girls hit the ground, but that type of hustle is what you need if you want to win the game. Take a look at it right here. Winslow coming to her left. Nope. Foul called, and everybody just kind of gets tangled up. But look at Winslow staying with it, being strong as her coach gets the timeout for the Falcons.
To go in your third period. Inside they go. Duncan, great position, and Tion scores again.
You just hard to get around her. Such a big presence down low. Does a great job of shielding, and we got a foul on that play.
Moore attacks the basket, is fouled by Halliday. Reagan will get whistled this time as you take a look at Alyssa Moore, junior guard. Leads West as far as one of the top steals players. She's second to her teammate Kenzie Hart. Also plays tennis at the school. And they consider her and Anderson the top defenders for the Owls. Free throw rattles in. 1 out of 2 for Alyssa Moore. 2-point lead in the basketball for Olathe South.
Neither team able to pull away. Duncan, wow.
Goes left hand this time, and now a player is down in the paint area, and that's McGavran, who's holding the back of her head. And we already mentioned she has gone through a lot of injury situations with that knee, and now it looks like she might have hit the back of her head on the floor as the coaches and trainers taking a look at her.
Yeah, she fell back pretty hard and hit the back of her head. Fisher doing a good job of getting the coaching and the trainers out there quick to make sure she's all right. Let's take another look at it right here. Good job by Duncan sealing down low. She's right underneath. Falls back. Yeah, right on the back of her head as they're still attending to her, making sure she's all right.
Teams huddle around their assistant coaches right now as the head coach is out on the floor taking a look at Maddie McGavran, 6-foot senior forward who's been checked out. 34-30, good ball game. Olathe South and Olathe West. Reset is Olathe West coming in at 9-0 in the conference, but they've got a couple of games left, so it's not over as far as the conference, but they've got a few nails in the coffin, but it's not sealed shut quite yet. As now Maddie is being helped up. Fans giving her a nice round of applause. Take her to the end of the Olathe South bench where the trainers are and get her checked out there.
Yeah, hopefully she's all right. Took a hard fall right on the back of her head, but
fans try to amp it back up after kind of a somber moment there. Kind of a hush came over Olathe South. Olathe West down by 4 late stage of the third quarter. Here's Hart, the crossover, drive and kick. Anderson puts it on the floor. Goes up a floater, got her own miss, got it blocked by Winslow. Kick it out to Udi. She can't hit.
Yeah, kind of rushed that shot. She had a lot of time. Shot it quick.
Winslow got the rebound. She leads Olathe South in rebounding. Sophie Reed drive and kick. Ponzer, the top three-point shooter for South. No. And back we go with Olathe West in a low-scoring defensive struggle between these two.
Nice
teams.
back door. Come on.
Anderson.
Wow.
With the bucket.
What a great play and a back door by Anderson. Seeing the lane clear out. Able to get that layup.
Udi with the assists. Here's Keon Duncan double teamed and fouled.
Take a look at that last bucket. Good backdoor. Anderson wide open. Saw the lane open up. Good heads up play by West.
Macy Glover in, Newman out for Olathe West as the Falcons play from the baseline. Sophie Reed driving, scooping, no. Rebounding foul on Duncan of Olathe South over the back.
That's so difficult for Duncan. It's a tough call for the officials as well because Duncan is 6'2". So she really just puts her hands up. Let's see. That's a tough call. Oh, good kick.
This is Udi for three.
That's good.
Naya buries it, her first bucket of the game. She's headed to Johnson County Community College and puts West back on top by a point late third quarter. Seesaw back and forth, but Olathe South led at the end of the first quarter, and they led by 2 at halftime.
Nice.
Sophie Reed, a nice answer for the Falcons. Now the ball pinballs around, turnover West.
Got to get back. South looking to run.
Danny Winslow, nice floater in the paint area.
What an answer. A quick 5-0 run for Olathe South.
Here's Udi with the power move, and she is fouled. Let's see who got the foul this time. It's going to be whistled on Reagan Ponzer, her first, as Naya Udi puts up the free throw. We mentioned she had an older sister, Yanni, playing in college. She averages 6 points per game. We mentioned she's going to Johnson County Community College. 5-point game for her. South with a 2-point lead in the basketball as we're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Reed surveying. Danny Winslow with the power drive and draws the foul. And will shoot free throws. Two fouls now on Alyssa Moore as Winslow hits the first two. Danny Winslow is the top scorer in the game with 13 points. Came in averaging 11. 1 out of 2, but a lane violation on West will give Winslow another free throw. As tight as this game is, Michael, that lane violation may come back to haunt you if she hits this, but she does not.
3-point game, just under 25 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Let's see what West has.
Kenzie on the dribble, high left wing, probably going to take the final shot or set somebody up with her great passing skills. Drive and kick to Moore. Bailey Collar, their top scorer, can't get freed up, lost the handle. Danny Winslow from just inside half court, coming up short. And through 3 quarters in this city rivalry game, Olathe South on their senior night, leading rival Olathe West 40-37 as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Back at Olathe South, Hy-Vee scoring by quarters as we get ready for the start of the 4th quarter. We check in with Dion now.
Well, guys, one thing for Olathe West, as they go into this 4th quarter, if they just keep attacking the basket, Olathe South is already going to be in the bonus when Olathe West gets in there. So if they keep attacking the basket, they have a chance to do a good job and get back in this game at the free throw line.
It'll be Olathe South ball to start the 4th quarter. Reed, Halliday, Winslow, and Truitt, the original starting 5. Inside, Danny Winslow double team. Sophie Reed for 3. And the rebound goes off Mandy Truitt. It'll be Olathe West ball. They've got Moore, Udi, Anderson, Hart, and Collar trying to clinch at least a tie for the Sunflower Conference on the 2019-2020 season. What a turnaround this would be from a 6-win team last year. Here's Udi across the lane. Halliday to Winslow, saves it back into play, but goes through the hands of Truitt. And now Moore up the floor is fouled by Truitt. That'll be her 4th. So a starter in foul trouble, Mandy Truitt. And that's the 17th foul, as Dion mentioned. Olathe South had accumulated some fouls, so it's going to be free throw city now for Olathe West. Can they hit them? They'll send Alyssa Moore to the stripe to shoot the 1-and-1. Can't hit the front end.
Free throws and layups. Difference between a lot of wins and losses. You got to knock those down, especially at the front end of a 1-and-1.
Nice move by Reagan Halliday. Can't get the bank shot down. Moore quickly back the other way, playing to Collar. Out to Kenzie Hart for a 3. Overshot it. Weak side rebound taken by Halliday. And the Falcons have it back, leading by 3. Well, you knew Olathe South, these seniors, won a lot of games. They would not go quietly into the night on their senior night, defending their home floor. I'm sure they've heard plenty about Olathe West and their undefeated conference record. Here's Avery Halliday for 3. And Reed trying to save it at the baseline. It'll go over to Olathe West. Now, all these Olathe teams, Olathe East having a good year. Olathe North, very strong. Olathe Northwest, Coach Brandstrom. A lot of good girls basketball in the city of Olathe. But the team on top is Olathe West. Trying to win on the road at Olathe South on their senior night. Here's Udi. The miss, got it back and scored. Naya Udi.
Yeah, Udi's really stepped it up.
7 second half points.
And this second half, great job staying with her miss right there.
1 point lead in the basketball for the Falcons. High post, Winslow, fade and fire. And Hart with the rebound. Kenzie always has the eyes up, trying to feed Collar down the floor. It goes off Bailey. That'll be a West turnover.
Just an ill-advised pass by Hart. Probably could have kept that one herself and dribbled up. Still anybody's game with 5:37 remaining. Neither team really able to get out over 4 points, really for a lead.
Trying to set a screen for Halliday. Reagan Halliday, third team All-League last year. her sister Avery pumping it inside. Winslow, the hook shot off glass.
Man, nice move by Winslow. The old school hook over her left shoulder off glass.
Game high 15. And we're going to get a timeout for Olathe West. They're down by 3 with 5:02 to play in regulation. Boys game to follow between Olathe West and Olathe South.
Well, last time down the floor, good job. High pick and roll action, and Winslow seals down low. Good entry pass and quick move for the bucket.
Fans ready to go tonight on senior night here. Rocking the house as we're at Olathe South High School. Opened up in the early 80s. After the Olathe West timeout, they get a 3.
Oh!
Down by Alyssa Moore, tying the ball game at 42.
That's what you want out of a timeout. It's just how you drew it up if you're Coach Rhodes for Olathe West. And Moore knocking down a big 3.
Halliday, the drive and kick to Winslow. Halliday driving the left side, fouled by Newman, and that's her 4th. Check that. That's Newman's 5th. Newman has fouled out of the game. I beg your pardon. So Alexis will be disqualified with 4.5 to go in regulation. And this will send Reagan Halliday to the stripe. So a starter is gone for Olathe West. Take a look at third-team all-conference player Reagan Halliday. Leads Olathe South in assists at 4 per game. Mandy Truitt out. Emma Knappenberger in. Reagan a 67% foul shooter. Clutch free throws here in the 4th quarter, and Olathe South surges back in front. Michelle Anderson back in. Nearly lost it. Ball deflected by Olathe South. It'll be West ball on the side.
Well, South extending their defense out a little bit more. We see the pressures intensify this 4th quarter. Haven't seen Hart really do anything lately. It's been Moore and Udi taking a majority of the shots for West. Let's see if Hart gets back involved on the offensive end.
Collar finding Hart. Hart directing some traffic. Working on Sophie Reed. Bailey Collar, tough shot, blocked away by Danny Winslow.
Well, Winslow wasn't having that one. That was a great block shot by Winslow. Take a look at it right here. Initially B on the drive, but great job moving her feet and recovery. Is like, not tonight.
Anderson playing out to Moore. Here's Anderson finding Udi, who's had the big second half. Moore just hit a 3. Udi, fade and fire, short. Rebound off the floor by Halliday. Long feed ahead to Sophie Reed. Falcons will set up their offense. And we're going to get a timeout for Olathe South and Coach Allen. Big night for Danny Winslow on senior night. She's headed to Missouri State, play college basketball and study sports management. She's the top scorer, Michael.
Yeah, she's got it going early. 15 points, 5 boards. But the leadership and the intensity, getting their team involved all night long for number 35, Danny Winslow. And right here with the big block, So not only getting it done on the offensive end, but getting it done defensively here on senior night for Olathe South.
Well, kind of figured on senior night as you take a look at the players' photo albums.
Those are cool over there.
Yeah, that's Danny's photos. We're going to get this one right down to the wire between these two city rivals. The up-and-comer against the perennial power. The up-and-comer is West, third year of varsity, 9-0 in conference play against 8-2 in the conference. Olathe South, and all those trips to the state tournament, 14 of the last 15 years. Steve Ingram won one in 2010. Looks like the timeout was, we're going to take some of this time off the clock, was the message from Coach Allen.
Yeah, it looked like they're going 5 out, try to spread West out and hold the ball as long as they can.
Now the chess match begins. Halliday, the drive and kick. Ponzer for 3. No good. Hart hustles the rebound back for Olathe West. Here's Kenzie Hart, got it popped from behind. That's Danny Winslow with some big defensive plays for South here in the fourth quarter.
Well, great hustle that time by Winslow because it was off to the races for Harden. Right at the end, good job defensively of knocking that one loose, or Hart was getting to the rim for a bucket.
Owls will play from the baseline. Hart. The ball is tipped by an Olathe South player, and it'll be Olathe West to inbound again. This will be Anderson this time. And now Coach Rhodes wants a timeout. I told you the chess match is already starting with the coaches, as they still got plenty of timeouts in their back pocket. As Kenzie Hart, the point guard for the Olathe West, having a great game, Michael. I mean, this is what she does. She commands the floor, passes, gets steals. Not the biggest of scorers, but she is their engine, like you said.
No, she really is. She's one of the best players I've seen in the area. Just her ability to handle the ball, create shots for herself and her teammates. It'll be no surprise to see her at a high D1 in college. She's a great player on both ends of the floor, and you know she's thinking about closing this one out. Don't want to take this loss here at Olathe South and get a blemish on their record for West. So let's see what Coach Rose has drawn up. We saw the previous play out of a timeout where Moore came out and knocked down a big 3. So let's see what he's drawn up this time.
Kenzie Hart, honorable mention All-League last year, the transfer from Olathe East. And they'll play from the baseline with Anderson. Coach Rhodes, what did he diagram for his Owls? And the inbounds pass is deflected out by Olathe South. They were ready for a cutter near the paint.
It looked like Udi and Hart were going to the same place.
They crashed into each other, and lucky there was no turnover. Now Anderson will play it in again. Gets it to Bailey Collar. A lot of players grabbing the ball and swinging their left arm. They want some motion from their offense, apparently. Kenzie Hart.
Nice
feeding
flip.
Down low. Anderson puts it up and in.
Nice job. What a pick and slip. Kind of faked the screen, did Udi. And then just backdoor. Her second time we've seen her do that, but a great pass from Hart.
Ties it at 44. Under 2 minutes to play. Girls Sunflower Conference basketball. This game heavily hyped, living up to the hype. Timeout, Coach Allen. Olathe South wants the timeout as we check in with Dion.
Well, the last couple of times that they've been able to hit that little backdoor cut, they're doing a good job of spreading the ball out and getting the ball kind of out to the perimeter, and then that just opens up the lane and they use their quickness. That's something Olathe West has gone to a couple times. It seems like they go away from it, but that's there. They can use that quickness because they do have that over the bigger Olathe South.
Well, this is what he's talking about. Good job coming up and faking the screen. But what a great lead pass by Hart to Udi, who's really stepped it up here in this second half.
Had the big second half. Anderson had that last bucket that tied it up at 44 apiece. 1:36 to play in regulation. 2 timeouts left for the visitors. Coach Rhodes, 1 timeout for Olathe South. Late February, Sunflower Conference girls basketball. 2 city rivals. Doesn't get any better than this. Danny Winslow.
And the West cheer squad just walked in.
Making some noise. They go inside to Truitt. She can't handle it. Stolen away by Udi. And then she's fouled by Danny Winslow, who's trying to get a jump ball. And we'll get a timeout for Olathe West. Now the officials are meeting here.
Oh, they say it's a timeout first before the jump, before the foul.
Timeout. All right. Timeout for Olathe South. Or timeout for Olathe West. Who's got the ball here?
I don't know.
The officials clearly called a foul.
Yeah, I think it's going to stay with Olathe West.
It's going to be Olathe West ball on the timeout by Coach Rhodes, so they'll have it 94 feet in the backcourt. A signal.
Yeah, trying to figure it out. I would assume it's West's ball.
So the foul on Winslow will not be called. That will not be put on the board. As the Olathe West Owls will have it in the backcourt, tied at 44, just over a minute to play in regulation. Here we go.
Foul out top on Winslow.
So the foul, and Danny will laugh it off, but it's a 1-and-1 now for Olathe West.
He got it for the hand check right there out top. The official was right on top of it.
Bailey Collar to shoot free throws. And she can't hit the front end of the 1-and-1.
Free throws and layups.
You called it. In the fourth quarter, you need them. South has it back. Avery Halliday for 3 in the lead. Not close. Danny Winslow, the hustle rebound. Falcons have it.
Winslow, just hustle plays. Those 50-50 loose balls that could go either way, and Winslow has found a way to come up with them. And coach is spreading it out, trying to hold for the last shot.
You don't want to get a 5 count here if you're the Olathe South dribblers. Only 4 team fouls for Olathe West. They're going to hold for the final shot, Michael. Here we go. And a foul by Moore, but that's only the 15th foul. No free throws for Olathe South. They'll play in from the side with 9.1 to go in regulation. Who's going to put this up?
Now you got to put the pressure on it and make sure that it's difficult to inbound if you're West.
Timeout, Coach Allen. That'll be his final timeout. Well, you got 5 seniors to go to if you're Coach Allen. What a ball game. Girls Sunflower Conference action. Olathe West on the road at Olathe South, trying to stay undefeated. 9-0 in the conference, taking on 8-2 Olathe South. on their senior night, but Olathe South, no slouch, 12-6.
Well, if I'm Coach Rose in Olathe West, I'm looking at the foul situation. I only got 5 fouls. So I'm being aggressive, trying to get the steal on the out-of-bounds play. And if not, you foul right away to give yourself some time.
Tonight's game brought to you by Hy-Vee. They're proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. Here we go. 9.1, Olathe South with the ball. Ball game all even at 44. Pump it inside. Mandy Truitt is fouled. 2 shots for Mandy Truitt, a senior on senior night. Whistle the foul on Naya Udi.
Take a look at it right here. Truitt inside. They've been calling it tight all night long.
So senior Mandy Truitt, 54% on the year. First one up, no good.
Six seconds left, so it's a lot of time. And Coach Rose has told the officials, if we get the rebound, we want an immediate timeout. Miss or make.
For the lead. She can't get either timeout, Olathe West. 5.5 to go. Full timeout for Coach Rhodes and Olathe West.
For all my young players who are watching this game at home and you're listening to your high school, middle school coaches and summer coaches, now you see why they're always harping on free throws and layups, not to play around, not to mess around. You've got to be able to knock those down because it literally will be the difference between wins and losses.
And send it down to Dion.
Well, if you're Olathe West here, you can be as aggressive as you want. Get up the floor and attack the basket. Force the officials to make the call if they want to. I mean, you're in the position here. Don't settle for a jump shot. Get up quick. You've got Kenzie Hart. You've got the person who can do it. This is exactly what they should be set up to do.
Yeah.
This is Kenzie Hart time, no question.
Put it to your best ball handler. Get it in her hands and let her get it up the floor.
Pressure the backcourt.
Yeah, I wouldn't let her just catch it. I would.
Well, she's going to inbound. South. Try to get it right back to Kenzie here. They feed it right to her. Here she goes, trying to win the game. Kenzie Hart for 3 in the winner. Yeah!
Let's go home! Oh my goodness! Wow! Oh my goodness! Hart just took the heart right out of Olathe South.
10-0, Olathe West in conference play, 15-3 on the year. They've at least clinched a tie for the conference crown after only winning 6 games last year. 13-point game for junior guard Kenzie Hart. The last 3 do win Olathe South on their senior night.
Well, it was a great play called by Rose, and look at Hart. She keeps the hand up there. Swag on 10 for Hart. Boom! Gotta love it as Olathe West comes in and wins at the buzzer. She got the Dame Lillard face going on right there.
Let's check in with Dion with Rick Rhodes.
All right, I'm here with Coach Rick Rhodes, and you get the ball back tied, and you get the ball back into Kenzie's hands here. You've got the foul situation in your favor. Did you want to attack the basket or just find that big three-pointer?
Yeah, we have practiced that play about a zillion times, and I know better to get it to our player that can create, and let her just go to work. So I don't really do much. I just stand over here and cheer her on.
Well, Kenzie, you guys just battled all game long. You never really had that much of a lead. You tied it up late a couple times. What does it mean to be 10-0 in this conference this year?
It's a big deal. Coming off from a really bad record from last year is a really big thing. I'm so proud of this team. I just don't have any words right now. Like, that's crazy, right?
Well, tell me this. You're coming down. You could see the clock. Was it you were thinking about attacking it, or was it you thought you set that three-pointer all the way?
I was actually going to pull it from right there. Then I stepped in. She stepped back, and I just pulled it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going in as soon as I let go.
How fun is this?
This is incredible.
Well, congratulations, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dion. Well, exciting ball game, Michael. 5.5 to go. They got to go 94 feet, and number 2 gets it done for them.
Well, this is how you want to get it done. You hear Coach say, put it in the hands of your best player, and he knows better just than to let her do her thing. She pulls up and knocks it down for the game winner. That's big time.
Final score on senior night at Olathe South. Olathe West wins it 47-44. Back with the wrap-up after this Spectrum Sports. Hy-Vee post-game wrap-up on senior night at Olathe South. If you were here really early, you saw the JV game won by Olathe West on a three-pointer. And what's happening in the girls varsity game? Same thing. Kenzie Hart with a three-pointer at the buzzer. And Olathe West has clinched a tie for the conference crown in 2020 as they move their record to, on the year now, 15-3, and they're 10-0 in conference play. Olathe South drops to 12-7 and 8-3 in conference play. Special thanks to our school's ADs, Pat Butler and Matt Johnson. Thanks to our coaches, Coach Rhodes and Coach Allen, our producer Joe Novacek, for Michael Watson and Dion Blisso, and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew. This is Kevin White saying so long from Olathe South High School. Our final, once again, a thriller in girls varsity basketball. Olathe West wins it by 3 as we say goodnight from Olathe.